Nice to meet you. Yes, I'm very nervous. Yeah. Uh, this is the second time I'm standing here sharing my story with you. I must say, I am deeply honored and grateful to get to have a chance once again. As Daniel said, 11 years ago, my family made a move to Singapore because my husband received a job offer here. I and my husband spent our 40s here, and my children went through their teenage years. You know teenagers, they very rebels, untouchable, sensitive. For my children, they had to go through this period with totally different environments and challenges. Adapting to their new schools was particularly tough for them. My son faced struggles during the first 2 years, often skipping school and sleeping in class. He did nothing. But thankfully, somehow he managed to pull himself together and started taking his studies seriously before his O-level. He successfully entered the JC. Now, he is studying computer science in the United States and will graduate next year. It's truly a testament to divine intervention. My daughter, on the other hand, had an even more challenging time at her school. She naturally introverted and shy, and though the first 2 years seemed to go fine, things took downturn after she took a PSLE and moved on to secondary school. She felt hard adapting her local schools, so she transferred to an international school, but eventually dropped out. Her mood turned down darker, and she became much quieter and very depressed. I was deeply worried that she might entertain harmful thoughts. However, by God's grace, she gradually found her own path and began exploring other options. After much searching and contemplation, she decided to pursue the GED qualification, which is equivalent to an American high school diploma. With her GED, she's now studying psychology at SIM-UB. She also will graduate next year. I can't go into all the details due to time constraints, but during those tough times, I felt utterly helpless, and all I could do was just to providing for my children's needs, coming to church every morning, and praying and crying. As many parents can understand and relate, nothing weighs more heavily on one's heart than their children's well-being. In 2019, I received an incredible gift from God, my mom's baptism. Before moving to Singapore, my mom lived with my family, and she lovingly cared for my children from their infancy until before we moved to Singapore. I'm an only child, and my dad passed away more than 30 years ago. Probably, I was the whole world for her. The decision to relocate to Singapore must have felt like losing everything for her. I can only imagine how difficult it was for my mom after we left. I don't know how God touched my mom's heart. She made a life-changing decision to be baptized. All her life, she had been a Buddhist. When she visited in Singapore in 2019, she got a baptism at Batley Korean congregation. These days, she seems full of gratitude and joy. About 1 or 2 years ago, One day, my husband broke the news that we might have to return to Korea in a few months due to job visa issues. I shared this situation with my church community, my pastor, and began praying with others, seeking ways to stabilize our situation because I wanted to stay longer in Singapore. I trusted in God's will, but I didn't feel that living abruptly like this would be what He wanted to us. That's when I decided to explore the possibility of getting a job. I pursued certificates in Korean cuisine and barista skills, hoping they would enhance my chance of finding employment or making my dream, which is opening a cafe here in Singapore. Interestingly, due to this crisis, I managed to win 2 more certificates. And on top of that, my husband was thankfully promoted. Apart from his promotion, we secured another type of visa that allows us to stay stable even after he loses his job for the time being. As I mentioned earlier, I hope to open a cafe in Singapore. For this, I pray that God will open doors. Through this cafe, I hope to provide support and encouragement young adults, yes, Korean young adults as well, working in this city who has tight income. I want to create a space where they can find strength, inspiration, and sense of community, all while learning to lean on and trust in God. With this vision in my heart, I move forward, grateful for the blessings I've received already, and eager to see where God's guiding hands will lead me next. I might have another chance to share my story. Okay, thank you for hearing my humble story.